Hey everyone, it's Matt from Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews. We're here on Anthem of the Seas. We have a junior suite to share with you today. It's room 13632, if I'm remembering correctly. It is classified as a junior suite with spacious balcony, and it's a little bit different than most junior suites that we've shared with you before. So we wanted to make sure we shared this with you. Check it out. Okay, 13632, junior suite with spacious balcony. So you'll notice we have a bit of a entryway here because this room is designed to be shared with two other rooms. There is a standard balcony room here, outside door, and an inner door to the inner hallway here. And then there's a single suite here. They can be used, 630, but we don't have that room. So we aren't sharing the rooms from the outside. But here is the doorway to 632. Let's open up and head on in. All right, so here we are in 13632. As I said, it is a junior suite that's a bit differently configured than most junior suites. It's more of a square shape and not like a balcony, which is a longer room. And usually a junior suite is kind of like a balcony, but wider and more space to it, and usually more storage. But we'll get into the storage in a bit. So let's circle around and show you the entryway. This is where you walk in, and you can see you have a credenza, or I'm sorry, not a credenza, a desk here, where you can store things or paperwork, or also use it as a vanity, as you do have the lighted mirror. You can see here from a power perspective, you have two American plugs, one European, and then two USB Type A ports, which they started introducing in the Quantum class ships. You see we've got charging going on there, we've got some goodies that they left for us, and storing some other things there. Over here, we do have the credenza this time. Some nice storage on top. There is usually a coffee maker here, but we actually moved that over to our parents' room. But the coffee maker is what you'll usually see, a Lavazza coffee maker in the junior suites on this ship. You do have some additional power here. You have a American outlet and also a European outlet. And some nice artwork. So let's back around. The other thing I wanted to show you in the entryway is this is where your main closet is. Let's open that up and take a look. Two doors. You'll see you have a good amount of hanging space, though I will say in this room they did not have enough hangers for us. There was additional closet space. Oh, we got a door closing here. Let's open that back up. And you'll see there's additional hanging areas, but we were a little lax on the hangers, but we'll rectify that. And then you have some shelving here off to the side. Keeping on the trend of storage, one thing I did not show you on the credenza is you do have 3 drawers here. Not huge, but decent enough. And then also your door to your cooler / refrigerator. And another shelf right there, very thin. So then we'll move on to the seating area. 2 nice chairs, a nice table, a nice corner table, and then the sofa. And the sofa does open up into a sleeper, and our son, Ryan, has been using this on this trip. Some nice artwork. We do have a decent sized television in this room. I believe all the televisions are fairly large on this ship anyway. This is a 42 inch, I believe, either a 40 or 42. One thing to note about the television, we're able to hook up an HDMI cable to it, to stream things to the television from our iPad, but we couldn't get it to be able to switch over to the HDMI input. We've had success on other ships like Adventure with that, but we didn't have success on this ship. It seems to be pretty locked down. So if you're looking to do that, that might be a concern with this ship. Here is the sleeping area. You do have the traditional Royal Caribbean suite style king size bed, which is 2 twins pushed together with a thicker mattress than you'll get in traditional rooms. From additional storage, you do have 2 cabinets here. So I said we had additional hanging earlier. Here it is. So we got some hanging space and my shoes. And then we have a bedside table. Pretty small, this one, small and thin. Some small things you may be able to get inside there, but you can see it's not much wider than the phone itself. And a control for the lights. Similar, but slightly different, we have another closet over here. Again, a hanging area for shorter garments. This is where you have your safe. This is one of the smaller safes you'll run into. So you're not going to fit a full-size laptop here, but probably an iPad you could squish in there if you don't have too big of a case on it. But some additional storage and some additional cabinets. And then another one of the same tables. Now, one thing to show differently over here is you do have a US outlet that can be used on this side. I will say one thing I think that was a short sight from the designers of this class of ship is they really should have included outlets on both sides or USB Type A ports on both sides. And there we have a nice full-size mirror. I should say floor to ceiling mirror. One comment about this room, I would say, is it looks like there's a lot of storage, but compared to what you find on the junior suites on ships such as Anthem of the Seas, I'll link that junior suite review up in the corner. The storage is actually pretty light in this room. Our stuff for a week, we filled up a lot of the storage. Whereas on Anthem of the Seas, we were on there for 2 weeks and we didn't come close to filling up the storage, maybe 50%, if that. So, you know, it's just one thing to consider when booking this room. Now, a normal junior suite, not one configured like this way, may be a little bit different from a storage perspective, but that's what we've experienced in this room. So next up, we're gonna show you the bathroom. So the bathroom is right next to the bed. Let's head on in. Oh, right here you do have your room light controls, or I'm sorry, heat HVAC controls. They are digital. So it's a junior suite bathroom. It's the typical configuration where you have a toilet, a full-size bath, and a single sink. But I would say it is a little bit nicer and more spacious than most junior suite bathrooms. So the decor is very nice. Nice tile work, nice marble. So I'll step in. You do see the sink. We do have some storage and additional drawer there, which is nice to have. Single sink, mirror, and then, as we said, the full-size tub with a nice shelf for storage. So that's handy to have. I will say in this particular room, it does smell a bit musty. That does happen on these ships. Not sure if you experience that in other similar rooms on Anthem of the Seas. Now, everyone knows who's been following the channel, I always give a review of the shower. A couple of things to note. You know, like I said, it's a very nicely appointed bath, but what I would say the big drawback is when you step into this tub, it is a step up. I'm about 6 foot, and I am within 1 inch of the top here when you step into it. So anyone taller than me will most likely be hunching over in this shower. The other thing I would say is because of that, you can't get the shower head very high. So I have to duck under the shower in order to get my head under it at its highest point. So something to consider. The other thing I would say is the water pressure. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's not great either. More of like a rainfall type pressure that's coming out of it. So one thing to consider if you like a high pressure shower like I do, this is not the shower for you, but it's not bad either. And then again, standard toilet. The only thing I'd say around our toilet, usually there's not much to mention there, but this one, it flushes for a long time. Usually flushes are like, 4 or 5 seconds. I swear this one flushes for 10, 12 seconds, which is interesting. But that is the bathroom. This is the view out into the room from the bathroom. And we'll take you out to the balcony next. But before we head out to the balcony, I just remembered one thing I wanted to mention. You've probably seen our review before about our magnetic hooks, and I'll link it up above. And we haven't used these yet, but one thing we noticed, there is no line or any place to really hang your wet clothes, such as your bathing suits, in this room. So that is one drawback I've found. So luckily we brought our magnetic hooks. We'll be using them, probably use them inside, probably use them out on the balcony also. So one thing as a quick note for this room. Now off to the balcony. Hey everyone, it's Matt again. It's later on in the cruise, and one thing I did want to show you really quickly. One thing you'll find in some of the newer Royal Caribbean ships, especially on the Quantum class ships, such as this on Anthem, is if you have a full-size bathtub, like you'll see in a junior suite or a grand suite or some of the other suites, one thing they do is they put the drain for the bathtub in the middle of the bathtub itself. So let me show that to you. So we'll head right back into the junior suite bath that we showed you earlier. And as we go to the tub, you'll see that the drain is in the middle, not down at the faucet end that you'll see at least in a lot of American tubs. Now, is this the biggest deal? No. But you will sometimes step on that while you're taking a shower if you're not watching where your feet goes. And what happens if you don't notice that you did that? It closes. And there's no real way to grip it or pull it up. And of course then your bathtub starts filling up while you're taking a shower. Again, to remedy this, it's not that big of a deal. You just turn this little side thing one way or the other. Let's say there we go, and it pops right up. So, usually it's meant to put it down like this and put it up, but if you step on it, it will put it down. The only thing that's odd is if you're in the middle of a shower, the shower curtain is pulled over like this. So to get to that little dial that will pop it back up for you is a little bit of a gymnastics exercise while the water is running. So again, not a big deal, but a little bit of a design flaw. I think this is more typical in Europe where they don't use shower curtains as much, and right here they will have a glass panel going across probably about 2/3 of the shower to block the water from coming out. And in that case, you would have full access to this, not a big deal. But when you're using a shower curtain, it does make things a little bit more difficult. So just something quick that I wanted to point out to everyone. I did mention earlier, this is what they call the spacious balcony. One thing to note, we're out at sea today. It is fairly windy, so you may hear some wind noise when I head out here. So here's a full view of the balcony. It's a bit of a triangle shape, I would say. A little bit off of that. But you do have two nice padded loungers and a table. We brought our own Bluetooth speaker, which is always nice to have out here. let's show you the view outward. So you're a bit of an angle, I would say, looking out towards where the ship is heading. We are underneath cover, which is nice, an extended cover, so if you were going to have a rainy day, this would be a nice place to enjoy it. It does, as we said, we have the room next to us. So this is the balcony for a regular balcony room connected to us. So we have the door open between us. So that extends the amount of space we have out here and gives us a direct way to walk over between rooms. But this is our view. It's a little gray, not quite as blue, as we are heading on Anthem of the Seas from New York down to Port Canaveral. In fact, I just realized I see a ship, another cruise ship way out on the horizon, but probably too far to show you. But it is, as you can see, it's a really large balcony, plenty of space, great for Ryan to run around. And let's head back in. So that's 13632 Junior Suite with spacious balcony on Anthem of the Seas. Couple of things to note. We like the overall size and shape of the room. A little bit, I'd say more around the shape of a grand suite than a traditional junior suite. We do find the storage to be a little bit on the lighter side, especially compared to junior suites that you'd see on ships like Adventure or Explorer or Navigator of the Seas. We do find the bathroom in this room to smell a little bit musty, and the shower, very little headroom in there. And then we also found that there is a lack of places to store, or hang up your wet clothing from your days on the beach or in the pool. So make sure you bring those magnetic hooks. The balcony is really great. We love the forward-looking view on the angle. We love the connection over to my in-laws' room next to us in a traditional balcony room. So overall, really great room. It's very nicely appointed, and especially being on a newer ship like Anthem of the Seas. And then one last thing to point out. We are on the 13th deck in this junior suite, and we love this. We love being up high. We love the views from the balcony. They are incredible, but you do get some noise in this balcony. If it's during the day and you're out on your balcony and you're relaxing, if you will get some of the noise from the pool deck. You'll hear the band playing, the island music, and we enjoy that because we'll sit back and listen to it. But if you're looking for a more private, secluded space, maybe this won't be the cabin for you. You will also get some foot traffic on the ceiling in the evening. It's not too bad, maybe a big thump now and then, but usually by the time we're asleep, it's usually gone. So just wanted to also point that out if you're considering this cabin and comparing it to other cabins on the ship. If you want something a little more quiet, you might want to go down to deck 12 or lower. So that's it for today. Really hope you liked the video. If so, hit that like button and check out the rest of the channel and make sure you subscribe so you get the latest content. So that's it. This is Matt from Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews. Happy cruising, everyone.